Claus, who came up with the concept for the album cover?
I think Axel, our drummer, he had a strong influence and good, very, very good ideas for the concept for the CD cover, especially the logo of Phantom 5, I think this was his idea. And actually, I didn't like the front cover too much in the first place because it was too, I would say, too childish for me, like Superman or something like that. But now I think it's a good way because it's very catchy. All of the important things happen in the upper third of the CD. So when you see it in a shop, you see what's going on, and I think it's a very catchy cover.
Claus, the song "They Won't Come Back" is a great and punchy tune. Its timing is sadly perfect because of all the musicians passing away this year. Did you have a tough time deciding which musical buddies to pay tribute to, since so many of them are now gone?
Oh yeah, you're so right with when we're talking about "They Won't Come Back," because it's really sad that so many good friends, good buddies, and good musicians had to leave. But well, I think this will happen to all of us. And you're also very right that we had a hard time to decide who will be in the song and who not, because you only have about 3 minutes and a half, and yeah, it was hard, but we could have make the song 20 minutes long and put them all in, and this would not be enough. But we had to decide, and I think we made a good choice, and I hope they are doing well where they are right now, and they won't be forgotten.
The track Frontline also stands out. Was there a personal experience with someone you know to point out how people are addicted to video games and glued to their cell phones?
Well, I think everybody knows somebody, who's really into video games or some kind of stuff, or in smartphones and cell phones and computer stuff. It's always a problem if you spend too much time with something, you're losing contact to your friends, your family, or whatever. If you're going too much into the extremes, it can be a dangerous thing. And so we thought it's a good thing to write something about that.
Claus, is "Don't Touch the Night" a reference to the exit from your former band?
Well, I wouldn't say that it's a reference to the exit from Bonfire. Don't Touch the Night is a completely different song. It's got a different melody, different lyrics, and some people say that it's that it's a little similar, but I wouldn't say so. It's just a coincidence, and because I wrote "Don't Touch the Night" and I wrote "Don't Touch the Light," and things happen.
As I listen to the new self-titled from Phantom 5, the production is surprisingly dynamic for the Pro Tools era. How did you guys manage to get a warm, crunchy, fat, and more analog sound out of computerized recording equipment?
Well, thank you very much that you like the production so much. Actually, I don't know how Michael did it. I just know, I just can say that he did an excellent job, producing the album, mixing the album, engineering all the things. It's just fantastic what he did, and we didn't think too much about how it should be. It just happened, and I think if things happen naturally, that's the best you can have. And the good thing about that, did you call it Pro Tools era? Well, we're working with Logic, let's say that. But the good thing about that is that the studio equipment nowadays, especially the mobile stuff, is so good in the meantime that you can bring it anywhere. You can go to the loneliest place in the world. You need electricity and your mobile stuff, and can record and use it on the production. And in the past, the quality was not that good, and sometimes it was really hard to capture the moment, and you had really a hard time when you tried to bring that feeling back. And some demos sounded better than the later production. And nowadays you can use that stuff because the quality is so good that it's good enough for the production. And that's a good thing about that.
Claus, back in 1998 when I interviewed you, it was when Bonfire released Feels Like Coming Home. That CD covered a lot about your Christian faith pulling you through dark times. Have you held on to that faith as the world keeps getting darker?
Oh yes, Jesus is still my friend, and this is a real good thing because, as you already said, the world is getting darker. It's not getting better, you know, and you need somebody like Jesus to help you through these times, you know. And I'm very happy that I decided to become a Christian, and he helps me a lot and gives me comfort in hard times, and it's good to have a friend like him.
Claus, how have you held your voice together after 30 years in the business?
Well, actually, I don't know how I held my voice together because I'm still smoking, I'm still drinking. Well, not too much, you know, but once in a while, you know, it's still fun, and I must say, I must admit that I can't do that many shows as I did back in the 80s in a row. But it's up to the promoters and the bookers to give me the chance to do a tour, and so that you have enough off days in between that you could do good shows where your voice sounds good. And well, that's the way I do it, you know. Not talking too much before concerts, not staying up too late, you know, when I have a show on the next day. And it's always a tough thing to do, but it's still working, and I'm happy about that and very thankful. Was it 30 years, you said? That's a long time.
Any tour plans for the United States this year?
There are actually no tour plans right now, neither in the USA nor in Europe. But what we do right now is playing some acoustic shows, Michael and me, and do it like Phantom 2 because only two people are playing. And when we do a proper show, maybe next year, with the five-piece band, you know, then Phantom 5 will be on the road. But actually there are no plans, no concrete plans yet.
How was the video shoot for the song Someday?
The video shoot for the song Someday was a lot of fun, as far as I can remember. We couldn't start shooting the video because there was no CD player, and you know, there was a lot of equipment there, but there was no CD player. Oh yeah, there was one, but it didn't work. So we waited, I think, 2 hours for somebody to bring a CD player, and that's how the whole day started. And then we filmed about, I think, 6 or 7 hours, and the rest was done in the studio.
In this age of illegal downloading and the current economy, have you been able to make a living just doing music, or have you had to be like the rest of us and get a day job?
Well, I think the situation in the US and in Germany is about the same. You know, it's not only the downloading thing, you know, and the illegal downloading thing. It's also the fault of the record companies, you know, who didn't pay enough to the artists, you know, and they didn't come up with ideas, you know, to avoid that illegal downloading. And I think it's the same situation over here. And when you play live, you know, that's the only way you can make money. And then you're facing the next problem, that the club owners, that they just don't have the money anymore. And the people, they want to go to see this show, they want to see that show, you know, they can't afford it anymore because the ticket prices are too high. So it's a vicious circle, you know. And then they want to buy a T-shirt, want to have a couple of drinks, they need the gas for the car. So it's not possible for them anymore to visit a lot of shows. And I think this is, as I already said, a vicious circle. And as a musician, some have to look for another job, you know, a second job, a day job. But I was doing all right since that time, and I hope it will remain that way. And I'm looking forward to head out on the road again and make some money. big bucks.
Claus, any closing comments for the Phantom 5 fans?
I just want to say thank you to all of my fans all over the world, wherever you may are, for the support over the years. And stay healthy, and be good girls, be good boys, and see you all on the road someday, somehow, somewhere. Bye-bye.